how much nice did you find? Like, because obviously everybody, if there was somebody before you in a position, there is a mess that you have to fix now.
Oh, no comments.
When there is progression, people now want to now take the person who's creating the progression. Because to me it sounds like people, they don't want money to go to people, they want money to go to them.
Yeah, politics can get really messy. Unfortunately, we still owe ESCOM 360.
We're on. Okay. I just wanna start first with the coffee so that
It's a behind the scene thing.
With the sweet coffee.
with the sweet coffee so that
Full sugar.
It's nice.
yes.
Oh.
Okay guys, before we go anywhere, let me first reintroduce this video. My name is King Tip, KWN, the coolest kid in 053, and we are back with another special episode of Chillers Edition podcast. And guys, before I even take you guys to our guest today, man, I want you guys to know something. Last year, December, me and my friend Mlako, we had a vision that we want to interview the mayor. We didn't even know who's the mayor, who's going to be the mayor, what's going to be happening. But our aim was for this podcast was we're going to interview the mayor. So our dream came true today. We are making it happen. So today, I don't want to misspell your name, so I'm gonna give you the platform to introduce yourself. Today we have our special guest, and her name is
Henriette Du Plessis.
Okay, because I always say Henriette Du Plessis. Yeah,
It doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. So before we get into the tough questions or whatever, I want to do an icebreaker because I like to do an icebreaker so that we can all be free and just stay. So I'm gonna ask you a question that is a tricky question.
Okay.
I normally do these questions on if you watch a couple of my videos, you will see that I ask these people questions like this on the streets. So I'm gonna ask you this question, right? There is in a week, right? There is two.
You're putting me on the spot.
Okay. There is 2 days. There is 2 days that start with T, right? In a week, right? But besides Tuesday and Thursday, which are those days? Like besides Tuesday and Thursday, which are the days that starts with T?
With tea.
Yeah, besides Tuesday and Thursday.
Woo! Monday, because I need tea on Monday.
What a punchline! It's a punchline.
Yeah.
But actually, it's today and tomorrow.
Okay.
It's today and tomorrow, yeah. So that was our icebreaker. So can you please just take us through your upbringing? Like where did you grow up? And how was it like? Just take us through that. Where you come
Okay, I'm Henriette Du Plessis. I was born in Hartswater. I don't know if you must know it. It's not so Hartswater.
I know, I went to school there 6 years.
It used to be a very beautiful town.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Christiana in the northwest. I was there from my born date until I ended grade 12 there.
Okay.
And after that, I went to Postmasburg and I was also looking for work. So I was
Okay.
working here and there. And then I went to the police in 1999.
Okay.
And I've been a police official till 2015.
Okay.
When I joined politics because
Yes.
it was actually always my passion.
Yes.
And now I'm here. I've been the PR councillor in 2015 and 2016 I became the ward councillor of Ward 1.
Okay.
In 2021 I was privileged to get my ward again. So today I'm still the ward councillor and I became the mayor of Gamagara on the 29th of May.
Okay. Oh,
Yes, this year.
That's great. So I'm interested in the Hartswater part. So just to make it clear, was you born at Hartswater?
I was only born there because Christiana is a small town. There wasn't a hospital in that days.
Okay.
So I was just born in Hartswater, but I grew up in Christiana
In Christiana, yeah. Because I was staying in Hartswater, right?
many years ago.
Yes, I was raised by white people. I was
Okay.
raised by the ones that my mother was working for in Hartswater. I'm sure when I watched this interview because their first daughter, her name is Maya. She's like my little sister. So she watches my videos on TikTok and everywhere. So
I'm sure they're very proud.
they are very, very proud. I mean, they're the first people to buy me my first laptop so that I can start making music, you know.
Wow.
I had to choose between my matric farewell and the laptop. So I was like, I'm going for the laptop. So they bought me my first HP laptop. And yeah, they raised me for like 6 years. You know,
Oh, that's
like 6
wonderful.
years. So that's why when you say Hartswater, it really rings because I schooled there and stuff. And also Postmasburg, it's also like my birthplace, original birthplace.
I was in Postmasburg in the
Yeah.
police since 2000 until 2005
Yes.
when I married, and then I had to move to Kathu, but I was a police official in the Ben.
Okay. So you said you joined the politics in 2015, right?
2015, yes.
And then the first party you joined was DA.
It was the only party, it is still my party. Yeah.
The only one that there was, yeah.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me like that people have this stigma of like when DA, like they say, if DA takes over South Africa, apartheid is gonna come back. Why? How do you feel about that kind of stigma? Because you know what I can tell you is that I never had any fear of anything, but recently what I saw now when you became the mayor, I started seeing changes, right? So I saw like changes. I saw that the town is becoming clean. Even in my thing, I see it's becoming clean. So it proves actually people wrong. People who thought that if DA comes in, we're gonna start seeing people shooting other people and all.
No, that will never happen.
It will never happen.
Okay, first thing I want to put it straight, the mayor is not supposed to talk politics, but
Okay.
as long as you're asking me, I need to respond.
Okay.
So we are in a coalition with the GCF. It's also a party that takes the community forward. So we are only there for the community. But my party do not mix politics, governance with politics.
Okay.
So while I'm in office, I usually not part in politics. I do it after hours. You will never see me in an office with my political wear.
Okay.
Like the people before me, they will come with their political wear to office, and that is not right because people come into my office and they will be from different political backgrounds, and then they will not be opening up to me if I sit in here with my political wear.
I understand.
Yeah, so but if you asked me the question regarding the DA, because we believe in freedom, fairness and diversity.
Yes.
So it's a party for everyone. People like to put the stigma of the DA is a white party. That's totally not true. It's the most diverse party in South Africa, and as you know, where we govern, it speaks for themselves. It's like in the Western Cape, but it is difficult.
In the Western Cape, I was about to say that though. Like in the Western Cape, there is a lot of difference apart from other like provinces and stuff, and that is where actually people could see there is change there. You know, there is change there. That's why I also say that like here in Kathu, we can see change. We can see change slowly, but we can see. I think right now it's still early, but to judge, it's still early to judge. But I say maybe let's say let them give you at least this year.
I feel like 6 months.
Yeah,
but I don't think I will last so long because the motion of my confidence is knocking on my door.
Oh my God!
But at law, at least I'm sure we and the GCF show the people of Hamagara what we can do. We're not bringing politics in everything that we do because you will never see us campaigning like I told you.
Okay.
We are the people for everyone, and I want the people to believe that there is change. That we are not only there for certain political parties, and we proved the people when we hired that 250 people for the department
that's what I'm trying to say.
of the environment, because you know what the honourable speaker did? We didn't go and ask which political party are you involved. So he did it very free and fair. It is
and 200 something people is a lot of people.
Yeah, we draw the names. So you could have been, luckily if you are in the batch and you didn't ask, oh no, you're from this party, put it away.
You know what I mean?
So we did it as free and fair as possible, and I know there was a lot of struggles with the people that didn't get paid, but remember they are employed by the Department of Environment. But at last we hear that they paid yesterday morning. So we are very glad and helpful and thankful for that.
Oh, that's really good. And like I said, the number of like 200 something is a huge number. It shows that there was like an unemployment, which brings me to a question of like when you became the mayor, right? How much mess did you find? Like, because obviously everybody, if there was somebody before you in a position, there is a mess that you have to fix now.
Oh, no comments. I'm only joking. I don't want to telling people what the previous mayor did to one another. But there's a lot of things but that is happening. I'm getting a lot of people who's coming whistleblowers to me every day. And it's difficult to go forward because remember it's still not 100% DA and GCF municipality. Remember we do have directors, but they're not supposed to be any political involvement. But I remember people were used to work in certain ways. And they are used to get him out of that habit is very difficult. So we try to set an example to be on time, knock off the same time as they do. But we are getting there slowly. But there's a lot of things that coming out that I think we can do so much better because it's not the way it's supposed to be. But I will ask the community if we will have the time to go forward. But I know as the motion is knocking our door, we will try our very best to uplift. As the workers are very important to me, and I know the moral is down, and because they were never appreciated. And many of the people who come and complain to me is the workers, and I know it's not a correct protocol, but my office is open for everyone because if my house is not clean and my people are not happy, we will not render a good service delivery. So the workers are very important to me, and all of them, they are getting threatened because they're coming to my office, but I have an ear to listen to everyone, and at least I feel better if somebody listened to them. But I don't think they ever had an opportunity because they always used to say, we mustn't go into administration. But people are frustrated because there's a lot of people who feel they are not handled equally. And I would really like to put that record straight. So people can come to my office anytime, but there's a lot of difficult things that we found. The first thing we found, remember, was that service provider, we used to do the prepaid water and electricity, and I know the community, some of them was furious with us because they had to re-register their meters and all that kind of stuff. And this I'm not blaming on the new municipal manager because he also took over the 1st of May. We had a lot of problems with the previous service provider who wants to get rid of him. Actually, this was a council resolution of everyone. So then we did away with him when we got to the new service provider, and it's going better. The community must just bear with us because remember, this previous service provider is owing us about 40 million rand.
Oh my God.
So we had to get away with him, and even he didn't communicate with the community. If they found him, he was very rude. And I'm sure this new service provider is doing a lot better. People can call them anytime if they're struggling with the meters. There's a lot of things we want to change and come in, and the stakeholders relationship was not what it's supposed to be. I just think, if I can say something, the mayor must not be put there on the ladder and you're on the top. You must be equal with the people. Still respect like everyone else, but let's engage with the people. Don't put the mayor there on top and think you're not open, anyone can come to the office. If my door is open, you can come in. It's only if there's someone with the appointment, then the door will be closed. But if I'm here. Why can't I see the community?
I understand. You have to engage.
So I think I want to set it there that they must not put the mayor on a pedestal and say you are there. Remember, I will not be the mayor if it wasn't for the people.
If it wasn't for the people outside.
And we need their support in everything we do.
Saying what you said just right now, it brings me to the question that, because when I asked the people I asked some people to send me questions too, right?
Okay.
So there was this other question that people asked me, like the government elections, the local government elections. When because people were like, okay, there's a new mayor, right? So other people who are not following politics that much, they were asking themselves, okay, how did we get the new mayor? And how did that go about, and when was the elections and whatever. So can you just make it clear to them?
Okay. What is happening? Remember, in local government elections, you will vote for your councillor, your ward councillor, and then you get free election papers. Remember, voting ballot papers. So you will vote for your ward, you will vote for the PR, and you will vote for the district. So the councillor with the most votes in that ward will get the ward councillor. What the PR will determine on a percentage who will get the PR positions. So in Gamagara, the ANC got 6 wards, but they have 1 PR, so they are 7. In DA is having 5 councillors, 2 ward councillors, me and Councillor Kaitana, who's Kathu, Ward 1 and 6, and we have 3 PR councillors. That means we are 7, the ANC are 7, the DA are 5, and the GCF is 2 PR councillors. So it's all about numbers. And then the EFF got in with 1 councillor. Okay, so actually it's 7 ANCs, 7 DA GCF coalition, and 1 EFF councillor. So councillors are all about numbers, and we were all a very long time not happy what is going on into Gamagara. Nothing is going further. The refuse removal was collapsing. We couldn't appoint a community service director for more than 7 years, while the previous mayor was also the mayor for the previous 7 years. So we put in a motion of no confidence, but remember, the motion of no confidence, you can actually say anything without proof, because this is what is happening to me now. But it's all about numbers. So we put in a motion of no confidence, and EFF did support us, and then we put in our candidate, who was me, and the ANC again put in the previous mayor as the candidate, and we won with 8 votes towards 7.
Okay.
So
that's very interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So EFF also had like a contribution in that process.
No, they did have. They only gave us a blessing. We are not in a coalition with them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But then I was 2 weeks in office, and then they started to negotiate with each other. Yeah. And so now the EFF are on the side of the ANC, so now they're gonna vote me out for me and the speaker. So that's all about numbers. But I must put it straight: we will still serve our community because I will still be the ward councillor. I'm not sitting and biting my nails and saying, if I must go, I will leave gracefully. I will not do it as the previous party did, just left it before I could have given my opening speech. I will gracefully go and sit in the opposition seat, and we will listen, because we need to take Hamagara forward. All the stakeholders who came aboard will also not withdraw. I'm sure we build a relationship, and I would just want the new mayor to go on as they used to do.
So let me say something real quick. You guys at home, the viewers at home, you heard it here first. You know, from what she said right now, all I can say is that anyone who stands in front of good leadership is an enemy of progression. Because when you right now making progress, and then there is people who are trying to stand in the way of them. Because I saw a post in Facebook from, I think, CLR stands for councillor, right?
Yeah.
CLR. Yeah, from Shepherd Mine. I don't know Shepherd Mine.
Yeah, he's my coalition partner. He's the speaker.
Yes, he said something very interesting. He said that people must keep on applying for jobs because it makes people fight for power. You know, it actually makes a lot of sense that when there is progression, people now want to now take the person who's creating the progression. Because to me, it sounds like people, they don't want money to go to people, they want money to go to them.
Yeah, politics can get really messy.
It get messy. That's why for me, I'm like, anybody who stands in front of good leadership is an enemy of progression, because we see progress. Why do you guys want to stop it? You know, why you want to stop it? What is the excuse actually to say, we put in motion of no confidence against this person if this person is doing well? And it's just the beginning. It's not even yet 6 months. Already it's a stress for people who want to remove you, to say that, nah, we want to remove, because it doesn't make sense for me.
No, I had a lot of accusations that I will pay back the money, I'm an illegal mayor, and the job that's happening under my leadership and the speaker's leadership, we will pay back the money. Listen, the people is doing well outside. There was people who are trying to sabotage us with some of the people who didn't get paid from the 250 people, but most of them were fine. I wrote a letter to the MEC, I did my part, I tried my level best to negotiate why the people didn't pay it, and we wrote in the letter to the MEC on Monday, and Tuesday evening the people started to pay, and also Monday morning. I don't say that I must get all the credit, it's because of our letter, but at least we were trying, and I was explaining to most of the people, and they were understandable, but there was people from certain political parties that was trying to bring riots to the municipality, but it didn't happen, and by the grace of God, they got paid, and I'm telling you, we can feel the presence of people praying for us. And like I said, we will just continue the leadership what we are, even if we're not a speaker and a mayor anymore. We are there to take Hamagara forward. I used to be the ward councillor. I will continue doing my work, interfering where there is not bringing any progress, because that is my political role I need to play. We just want people to be treated equally. That's all we want.
So talking about that, right? There's a place, I don't know what they call it on paper, but there's a place called Shumalatsing. I don't know if you've heard of that place.
No, where is it?
I think on paper is a different name, but you see in Mapote, right, there is a bunch of shacks this side. It's just right in front of
newsstands.
Yeah, they call it newsstands. Okay, I think on paper there is newsstands or whatever.
Okay.
So that place, right, it has been there for the longest time. People have been looking for electricity, water, and also obviously houses and stuff. You know, me personally, it's been a long time ever since I've seen housing happening. You know, in communities like everywhere, not only Kathu, but even everywhere. Like I haven't probably somewhere where I've never been. Maybe those things are happening, but I haven't seen those things. But my main question here is, before we go straight to that one, I want to know, like, when people, when every year when they're doing this thing, State of the Nation address or in the Parliament, right? When they say there is a budget speech, right? Do they do those things every year? Do they do it every year or after a while?
Well, the budget speech is every year.
It's every year,
State
right?
of the nation and also state of the province is every year.
Okay, so do they come together at like the same time? State of the province?
No. It usually is in the beginning of the year, so
Okay.
it's fine.
Because I want to know
After
something.
the budgets were compiled and all that kind of stuff. Remember, local government is having a budget. Budget
Yes.
must go to province must go to national.
Okay.
Let's see, this is what we are budgeted. There is 3 spheres of government. And all of us are playing the role that must take. This is what we will bring to the public, and then it comes down to all of us.
Okay.
So it's the state of the nation, the state of the province, and then then you will get my
Okay, so-
budget speech in May, like you receive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when it starts from the top, then it starts from the parliament, right? And then they say, okay, here is the budget, and then it goes down to the provincial.
Yeah, it goes down, and we must also compile, because remember, we
Yeah.
also get grants from the government.
Yeah.
But then we must play our role in the municipality. There's a lot of things, you don't just get a budget. If you do not play our role and you have an unfunded budget, it will make it very difficult for us to get our grants, to bring some development into our areas. That's why I was fighting since the 29th of May to get a budget at least funded.
Yeah.
Because then otherwise they will withhold our grants. But we are equitable shares. That's money we need to have to bring services to the people.
Okay.
But when I took over, the previous mayor was all up in arms. He was ready to present the unfunded budget of 47 million minus that day, the 29th of May. And when I was elected, I asked the speaker, can I please postpone this meeting? I am not ready to talk on a budget that is not unfunded. Please give me some time.
Yeah.
But there's processes that need to be followed. So I then asked the council to convene again on the 31st of May. And there I asked, I still think there was not enough time, 2 days, so I just officially had to ask extension from Department of Treasury. These things we need to do, and I asked them to give me 7 more days.
Okay, cool.
So what I did, I went to the stakeholders and we looked where we can shift some projects around so we can at least fund some of our budgets, capital budgets, but it will not happen because we were having a minus.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that was a burden on the budget was by the end of November next year, we need to replace prepaid electricity meters because there's about 3,000 that needs to be replaced. Otherwise, people will not be able to buy electricity in Hamagara. So I told the mine when I came to my asked, really guys, can we not shift some of your projects because this is crucial. And we don't have the money, although it's in our budget, it's a minus, so it's actually just a dream. And I shifted around some projects and they assisted me very well. As well as Kumani, they also assisted me. The biggest mine houses came to me. It's Kumani, it is Sishan, it is Sayok, Sayok, and Sipi Mine, they came aboard. Afrimat is coming aboard, and they were really taking to try. And then we got a budget to a 19 million surplus. But unfortunately, we still owe Eskom 360 million. So so with all our commitments, we will be able to pay them. We will not be in the minus, but remember, because we cannot pay it off in 12 months' time, our budget is still technically unfunded. But at least Treasury said, no, okay, it's fine. We will not just send in your funding plan with what you achieve, and then they will assist us. So it's much more better than that. And I had my budget speech, and I know it's still a minus because of that 360 million, because I will not get 360 million from stakeholders because we didn't pay them in I don't know what happened. It's mismanagement. Because it's money you're getting in. How can you not pay Eskom on a regular basis? But we will make
Is it the reason? One of the reasons why we also experience load shedding?
No,
it's not the reason.
No, it's not the reason.
Because many people might take it out of context to say that the reason why we're getting load shedding is because of this.
No, it's not because of that. No, load shedding is a natural thing. There is some people who say, and I used to go to agree with them that remember Olifantshoek is having load reduction on top of load shedding, and that can be because of non-payments. Although they are in disagreement, but there is people rooming that it can be part of that, but it cannot be proven. So, but we will try our level best to keep up to that. At least pay our installments with some more. And we did apply for debt relief. There is a system we can apply from Eskom before the end of September. Then they can write off the arrears. But then we must honor our payments on a regular basis, and that will also bring a bit of relaxation on our budget, but we must just keep on that doing that.
Yeah, so on that question of Shumalatinga, which is newsstands, people know it as Shumalatinga, right? So I want to understand if there is a budget every year that comes from like up there to the provincial to even to the local. How is it a place like that haven't been developed? Of course, like you just came now into power.
No, but I'm very familiar with what is happening in newsstands because my political party was trying to give the people in newsstands water for a very long time. And I remember when we still had our leader, Msimamane, we were here and we handed out yo-yo tanks, but we were struggling to fill it up with water. And it was
how many? 8 minutes.
It was actually saddened to see that the people were removed by the red hands. That was a very bad time for all of us. So there was. But afterwards, there was a lot of negotiations, and then they were developing the stand, the 1,265 stand project. And the person who was supposed to put in electricity, Cockstar, remember, we are not bringing it to people. Cockstar, the cooperative governments are bringing the electricity to them. But now there's a legal case against them, and the development is standing still because he didn't do their part, so Cockstar took them to court. It's nothing to do with the municipality. The municipality is not a bad guy in this situation. So we are just waiting to hear a court before we can go any way further. So then they will get their electricity and all things like that. But unluckily, some parties during election is promising people things that is not going to happen. And remember, Cockstar is also building the houses, not a municipality. So I'm blaming the provincial government for not coming on board. But there is a legal case and we must just respect it and let it go forward. And then we will bring the services to people. So I feel very sorry for the people at newsstands.
So to close it off, because we are left with 8 minutes now. How many minutes are we left with?
26 now.
It's 26 minutes. Are we left with 26 minutes or we have 26 minutes?
We have 26 minutes.
To still record or?
To still record.
Oh, okay. I think you said 8 minutes left.
Okay. We can record until 57. And
No. We can just come out because I wanted to like ask maybe 2 more questions.
Okay, you can ask.
Yeah. So okay. Before I go to those 2 more questions, so that we can just squeeze it in there. Tell us your vision going forward. Like while you are still.
Now I want to bring Gamagara as the best municipality in the Northern Cape again. Remember in 2007, we were the best municipality and we won a lot of rewards. And it's very saddened to see that 16 years later, Gamagara was also on the list of the 47 worst performing municipalities in the country about a year ago. So I want us to bring Gamagara back to say that we are, because what happened in 16 years' time? Goodness, because we have all these mining houses who's giving us the support. I think it's just a thing of mismanagement. So I would like to put it under the leadership of myself and the speaker to bring it back as one of the best performing municipalities again. At least in the Northern Cape. Because this is my main vision. And I want it to be a beautiful, wonderful place where people can come to invest, bring tourism back to because remember, if you want to go to Kalahari, you must pass Kathu, you must pass Gamagara. And if it's looking in a state that is looking, people don't stop it. The people in Olifants, the local businesses is suffering because the people don't even want to make use of the guest houses because it was looking terrible. So my vision is really to bring this back as the hub again for tourism, and because we have the mining houses we're willing to support, make it a clean and wonderful place for investors to come and invest. Because also it has one of the biggest open pit mines in the world. So it doesn't make sense sometimes when actually it brings me to this question like, do you like you said in your vision you're gonna make it the best in it. Like, do you feel like don't we need like a public hospital in Kathu? Because no, sure. This is a very big, and I know the speaker is very passionate about it as well. We have a public hospital in Olifantshoek, but the problem is staff. So they are not operating, and I must thank the man the mining houses for uplifting the hospital there and doing the best. But it's impossible to operate 24 hours without the necessary stuff. People don't want to come and stay in Tugamagara because it's expensive. So I would like us we must look at to make it more affordable for people to come and stay in Tugamagara, to come here. We also have a big problem with the ambulances. People are suffering, and so we must get a Department of Health involved, so that we have used to be next to the UGM clinic. There used to be the place where the ambulances come and operate from. But it is very difficult. Oh goodness, because I don't want to send people to Kuruman Hospital while they have a beautiful state-of-the-art hospital in Olifantshoek, but I'm not operating because I don't have staff. So we need to get people there. And I know there's a lot of plans from the Honourable Speaker. He did engage with some of the mining houses so that we can at least get some people on board. Even if it's home-based care people. So really we would like that as well, because our people are suffering, and it's the poorest people who are suffering because they don't have medical aid.
They don't afford to lend that, you know, because something happened when I came here, when I was like around Mapotel, right? There was this other time at night. This is a traumatic story, right? So somebody got stabbed, okay? And when somebody got stabbed, it was around probably 12 o'clock or 10 or 11 o'clock, you know, if I can remember. And it was just in front of the tavern and stuff. So that person was supposed to get like an ambulance coming through, whatever. So they called Kuruman. Kuruman is like, no, the ambulance broke down, you know, what. So now there is a guy here from the community who has a car. He wants to take this guy to the hospital. Now the guy is scared of the responsibility. Now if the guy pass away while we're on the way, it's gonna be now his responsibility and whatever. Now they call the police come there, they barricade, they pack their vans there, nobody must touch the guy. The guy passed away on the spot. While there was no ambulance, the community kept on saying, put them in the back of the van.
But they cannot do it.
You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. They couldn't do it. And by that time, this thing is happening, just like the clinic is here, that person is dying like that. So it was really like traumatizing. So I was scared for my life. I was like, no.
We must get our clinics operating 24/7. You know, the Ben also has a very beautiful clinic. So if we can get that one up and running at least 24/7, even if they have only 2 staff, if it's home-based care workers, somebody who can just give that first. You know, there's a golden hour when somebody must get the medical treatment, otherwise they will pass away. If we can get our clinics up and running 24 hours, it will bring it will help us a lot. Because the Ben is having a beautiful clinic. Maputeng is having a beautiful clinic. Olifantshoek is having that great hospital. So we must get a Department of Health on board, but I know accommodation is a problem. So the sister from facility manager of Olifantshoek, she's staying in Kuruman, and if she cannot come to work, they cannot operate 24/7. So we must get people here, and there's programs we are looking into. It's like I said, the Department of Health, that issue is really lying the speaker very close to his heart, because the community is calling him a lot, because he's well known. So they will always phone him and try to assist. But this is one thing we must really look at, and we do have plans if we get the opportunity to go forward.
Because it's a problem. It's like a huge one, that one. So also I guess this
about the petition and Emperor Lodge.
I will get there. So there is okay, let me go get to the questions that also people ask me online. Just to stop being too much serious now.
Okay.
So there was a question online where people said, I don't know if you know Emperor Lodge.
Oh, I know. It's a headache in my community for the noise. The noise is a problem. We don't have a problem with the regulation, and the people are suffering, and the people of the mine. I also asked them to come and have discussions. We must really get the noise down. I don't have a problem with the diamond at all, but you must really look into the noise.
So you know, for me it's like because you know, when people talk about the noise, right? I personally I don't get it, because when you come from
you're young, you will not get it.
No, I'm saying when I come from Kalahar, not Kalahar, when I come from this side of Kamalduran, I normally only hear the sound up until I'm at a gate and I can hear the sound. Because also the speakers are they are pointed like that way. I don't know where I'm at, but like that way where the gate is there. So when you enter the gate, that's when you're gonna hear the sound. There's people who are staying next door in who are staying there. That building. Those people never really complained about the sound.
No, then they don't complain with you. Maybe it's because you are onto the right. You're gonna go, but I must put it a record straight. I don't have a problem with the tavern. I don't have a problem with the liquor license, but we have a problem with the noise. Now I hear it at my house as well, and I cannot hear the exact. I know where it doof, and I'm staying there at Kalkebane area. But the people of even my PA, he's staying there in Mimosa Avenue, and the people on the Wysers Park. They are suffering. So many times there is a problem with the speakers. I don't say it's every night.
It's every night,
but most of the times there is a problem. So maybe because it's you're young, the people won't bother you. But I just want them to control the noise.
They sell food there. They sell food there. So there was a question that they said on the page of the Imperial. People said that. When are you going to go there and gather dinner? They just eat.
Must I go there and have dinner? Then you must invite me.
Yeah.
I will go there.
Yeah, we are inviting you there.
You're inviting me to go to the Emperor's Palace. Okay, me and
for food, just for food. There is a VIP section and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not the person.
You can go there.
Because you work there, we are running social media management.
No, it's fine. I will not go there in the evening because I'm not somebody who likes jigga. Yeah, so I will go one afternoon, take my staff, and we will go out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are they opening in the day as well?
They do. They do from 12 o'clock. 12. Like even today from 12 o'clock.
No, we will go there.
Because the people go there for food.
We will go there and we will take some of the people to go with us. So I will support them. But I'm not somebody who will go in the evening to have them.
Even
I don't go into Kathu places like that. I'm not.
So you don't drink
alcohol? No, I know all of us enjoy some wine.
Okay.
But I don't want to sit in public. You know, public figures.
Of course.
No, I'm social, but I'm social at my home with my very nice friends.
Yeah. Oh, no, I get it. No, guys, I think we're gonna close it off there. Anything that you would like to tell the people out there before we wrap it up?
No, I want to tell people I hope you saw the change we brought to Gamagara. It's not long, it's 2 months that we are in the seat now. Actually, it will be tomorrow exactly 2 months, and I think people can see what we have done. But please stay positive. If we will not be in the seat anymore, please give your support to the new mayor if there will be coming a new one. We will give the new mayor support, but we will hold the new mayor accountable for everything that is it, like we used to do as the opposition. And I'm sure that is the only thing they are doing now. But we hope that we will be privileged to at least stay 1 more month, because according to the law, they are supposed to keep me 1 more month, but people don't worry about law and order. But we gave you the taste of the pudding. So see what we can do for you, for our residents of Gamagara. So keep on supporting us, keep on supporting Gamagara municipality. I'm thinking we are on the right track, and I hope the people who come after us will also keep the spirit high. And we will give our full support to anyone that's coming in, but there will be accountability.
Yes.
We will support you.
Yeah. Just a quick one, fast, man. Next time we can come back, right?
Yeah, anytime. My door is open.
For anything that you would like to make clear next time. Because from here on, this episode is gonna skyrocket.
No, it's fine. I want people to see.
Definitely.
It's gonna go up there. So just the last words, I would like to say thank you. Actually, before
I also still want to say the community must please support local businessmen like you. I would like the municipality to also invest in you when we have some programs. I don't want people from outside to come in and then there is some entertainment while we have people like you. I didn't know about you until the day you came to my office unannounced, and I was happy to see it because my door was open. So I would like the municipality to support you, and while I'm here I will try to give my level best of support to you, and I want the businessmen from outside to also support the local people, because this is the people who must take Gamagara forward.
Look, quick one before we leave there. You said something like we must support the next mayor who's going to come in. So my question is like,
if he
comes in, I don't believe he's going to come in, but if it happens that they come in, which party will be running?
It will be the ANC, and according to what we hear, the EFF will be the speaker. That's the rumors we hear in the around. So, we will serve the community our best abilities. And like I said, we gave the people the taste of the pudding. They must see what we are capable of.
Okay guys, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Keen TV. Please just on camera, right? Let's tell them, subscribe to Keen TV.
Subscribe to Keen TV. Keen,
and then
Keen TV.
Keen, K-W-N.
K-I-W-N.
And then you say Danko.
Danko. What does that mean?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
And I'm laughing here,
Thank you. That was a very awesome interview.
Okay, thank you.